Now we're going to look at how you do the Kitchener stitch bind off for example, mittens or beanies with stockinette stitch and a flat top like this. What you need is a small tapestry needle, preferably one that's a bit bigger than this one, but most of them will work. So the first thing you're going to do is just cut off your working yarn. I like to do like measure the area I'm going to bind off and take approximately 4 times the length and then a bit more just for safety reasons. So if you know the Italian bind off, the Kitchener stitch is pretty much the same thing. You go through each stitch twice and bind them off as you go. You have 2 setup steps and then you are good to go. Now my yarn is on the back needle here. So setup step 1 is going purlwise through the first stitch on your front needle. And the second setup step is going knitwise through the first stitch on the back needle, like this. Then you're good to go and are going to begin to bind off. So you do a sequence of 4 steps. Step 1, go through the first stitch on the front needle knitwise, take it off the needle. Step 2, go purlwise through the next stitch on the front needle without taking it off. Step 3, going purlwise through the first stitch on the back needle, taking it off. And step 4, going knitwise through the first stitch on the back needle. Now you bind it off once and you're going to repeat that sequence of 4 steps until you've binded off all stitches. So we start again on step 1, going knitwise through the first stitch on the front needle, taking it off. Step 2, going purlwise through the first stitch on the front needle. Step 3, going purlwise through the first stitch on the back needle and taking it off. And step 4, going knitwise through the first stitch on the back needle. Continuing to repeat those 4 steps, knitwise and take off the first stitch on the front needle, purlwise through the first stitch on the front needle without taking it off, purlwise through the first stitch on the back needle, taking it off the needle, and knitwise through the first stitch on the back needle. And the last 2 stitches, I'm going in step 1, knitwise through the front, taking it off, and now I have no stitches left on this needle. So I just skip step 2, and then the last one, taking the last stitch purlwise off the needle, like this. Just tucking the yarn tail and some odd stuff that happened here inside the mitten, and then afterwards fastening the yarn tail on the inside. So now you can see how the Kitchener stitch looks afterwards.